English 1 class. Right now we're going to put a video up about how we're going to write our intro and conclusion paragraphs. Starting with my Microsoft Word document here where we already have our heading done as well as our thesis statement. Remember, your thesis statement was completed as soon as you finish your research. So we'll start with the heading. It starts with your name, your teacher's name, kind of funny, Mike Vellucci, and then Mr. Vellucci. Then your course name. You want to write your course the way it appears in the course catalog. That's capital ENG, Roman numeral 1. And then whether you're in CP, CPA, or honors, you're going to want to list that. Put a comma and tell me what section you're in. In this case, for example, I'm going to use block 8. When you write the date, you write the due date, starting with the day, then the month, then the year. Do not use any punctuation when we're writing the date. Now, the other thing we want to do before we forget it is we're going to come to the top, we're going to double click to add our header. We want to have our page number at the top of the page on the right hand side. Okay, you're going to add your last name and a space. Okay, so now I'm formatted to have my last name and page number at the top of each one of my pages. Next thing I want to go over very quickly, so we finished our heading up here. We're going to push enter once. We're going to write our title. Obviously, your title will be a little more exciting than the word title, and then we center that. Okay, so this is what the top of our page looks like. We have our heading, it's double spaced. We have our header, we have our title. We're going to push enter one more time, go back to aligning on the left, and this is where we're going to tab in and begin our intro paragraph. Now, remember, we use ANT, the intention getter, then the necessary information, and then finally the thesis. We write this paragraph backwards. So we already have our thesis statement down here. Harriet Tubman is a hero according to Joseph Campbell's definition because she completed the 4 requirements. One thing I want to do very quickly is I just want to make sure all of this is formatted the same. So we're going to be size 12. We're going to be double spaced. Good, good. This is our thesis statement. So before we can write our thesis statement, we have to share with our audience what we call the necessary information. In this paper, we're trying to prove whether a character from history is a hero according to Joseph Campbell's definition. So the necessary information that we have to share with our audience is what Joseph Campbell's definition of a hero is. So I'm just going to go ahead and write that sentence. Joseph Campbell defines a hero as. Okay, at this point, you can go to my website and you can take the definition that I listed on the assignment page, which is a little more complicated than the definition we've been using in class. You could come here and you could literally copy and paste. According to Joseph Campbell, hero is any male or female who leaves the world of his or her everyday life to undergo a journey to a special world where challenges and fears are overcome in order to secure a reward, which is then shared with other members of the hero's community. You can use that definition, or you can use the one that I'm going to use right now. A more familiar definition that we've been using in class. Joseph Campbell defines a hero as any person who has a call to adventure, overcomes a supreme ordeal, undergoes a transformation or unification, and shares their reward with members of their community. If you want to use this exact sentence in your paper, that's fine. I would not consider that plagiarism, as this is the definition we've gone over in class many times. Joseph Campbell defines a hero as any person who has a call to adventure, overcomes a supreme ordeal, undergoes a transformation or unification, and shares their reward with members of their community. Okay, at this point for our introductory paragraph, all we have left to do is add our attention getter. Remember what we talked about in class. This is a research paper and you don't have to work that hard to capture your reader's attention. In this case, the paper is either about it's about a hero and it's about a person named Harriet Tubman. So for your attention getter, you would want to talk about either of those two things in a very generic way. I'm going to give you 2 examples. One example might be Google defines a hero as, okay, and then obviously you would go to Google and you'd search for the definition of hero and you could fill that in. I'm going to make one up right now. Google defines a hero as any person who acts courageously in the face of danger. Joseph Campbell defines a hero. Now, this would be a fine introductory paragraph. Google defines a hero as any person who acts courageously in the face of danger. Joseph Campbell defines a hero as any person who has a call to adventure, overcomes, blah, 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 and then your thesis. Harriet Tubman is a hero according to Joseph Campbell's definition because she completed the 4 requirements. This is the only paper in your paragraph that can be less than 5 sentences, and this is a fine intro paragraph for our research paper. If instead of talking about a hero, you want to talk about your character, what I would do is talk about what your character is most famous for. So when I say Harriet Tubman, or when anyone says Harriet Tubman, what most people think about is the Underground Railroad. So that could very simply be my attention getter. Harriet Tubman is most famous for her role in the Underground Railroad. Joseph Campbell defines a hero as, yeah, and we've been over that. Okay, so at this point, this is what the beginning of our paper should look like. We have our heading, we have our header, we have a title, which is one line beneath the heading, and then we begin our intro paragraph one line beneath the title. Now, you've already written your body paragraphs. So for right now, I'm just going to fill in body paragraph 1, body paragraph 2, body paragraph 3, and body paragraph, 4. Now, when we go to write our conclusion, basically what we're going to do is we're going to write our introduction in reverse order. So we're going to start by restating our thesis. Now, when I say restating, notice that I'm not saying repeating. So if I look at Harriet Tubman as a hero according to Joseph Campbell's definition because she completed the 4 requirements, a very easy way to restate this thesis statement is to say it backwards. So instead of starting off with Harriet Tubman as a hero according to Joseph Campbell's definition, I'm going to start off with she completed the 4 requirements. So I'll say Harriet Tubman completed the 4 requirements of Joseph Campbell's hero definition, and therefore is a hero according to Joseph Campbell's definition. So the first thing we've done is we've restated our thesis. At this point, we're going to restate our necessary information. Now, instead of just repeating what his definition is, this time we're going to include the examples that we used in body paragraph 1, 2, 3, and 4. So for example, Harriet Tubman had a call to adventure when her slave master died in 1849. Remember, this is information that I introduced in body paragraph 1, so I don't have to cite it again. Only use information in your conclusion paragraph that you've already cited and introduced in your body paragraphs. She overcame a supreme ordeal when she escaped slavery to the free state, I believe it was Pennsylvania. Again, this is information that I already introduced in body paragraph number 2. She was transformed when she became an active conductor on the Underground Railroad. Oops. And she shared her reward by helping. I'm going to make up a number right now, but again, we're gonna use whatever information we introduced in body paragraph 4. And she shared her reward by helping over 100 former slaves escape to freedom. Okay, so again, we start off by restating our thesis. That's saying our thesis statement in different combination of words. When we restate our necessary information, we are going to include the evidence that we introduced in body paragraph 1, 2, 3, and 4. So Harriet Tubman had a call to adventure when her slave master died in 1849. She overcame a supreme ordeal when she escaped slavery to the free state of Pennsylvania. She was transformed when she became an active conductor on the Underground Railroad. and she shared her reward by helping over 100 former slaves escape to freedom. To conclude our paper, the only sentence that's in our paper that doesn't connect to something else is our original attention getter. So when you conclude your paper, do not use the phrase in conclusion or to conclude or all in all or to sum things up or wrap things, don't say any of those things. Just readdress your attention getter. So if your attention getter was about she's most famous for being a member of the Underground Railroad, come back to that. Maybe use this word. Although she is most known for her role on the Underground Railroad, Harriet Tubman is also considered a hero by the Joseph Campbell definition. Okay? At this stage of the game, our body paragraphs are done. We just did our intro and our conclusion. You can visit another video about attaching your works cited page or your bibliography, and we should be ready to turn in a well-written and well-documented research paper. Again, if you have any questions, please email me, and good luck.